Okay, so we're going to do a general subject here, and that's on worry or anxiety, and I'm going to go through the whole process with you, and I'll be repeating certain words, and Helen, who's here with me, she's actually behind the camera, is going to repeat the words so that that will give you a chance to repeat them with her. And you just go around with me. So what I would advise you to do is to choose something that at the moment is worrying you. Try not to think of a situation that is very traumatic. I'd rather you just pick something that's worrying you on some level but not too intense. And it might disturb you in some way, and when you think about it, you feel it in your stomach goes over, or you feel it in your heart, or it gives you a headache or something like that. Any of those feelings that accompany anxiety. I'll be using the words anxiety and worry interchangeably, and putting in words like concern, just so that if you can't relate to anxiety, you can relate to something that's worrying you. We'll go through the process. So just think of something that's worrying you, or that you're feeling a bit anxious about, and give it a measurement on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 is the highest and 0 is the lowest. So if it's not bothering you very much, it's likely to be in the low figures of 3 or 4, and if it's bothering you quite a bit, it might be up to an 8 or a 9. So just think of the situation and just take a measurement now, just off the top of your head. Don't spend too much time thinking, am I doing it right or not? Just pick a number that feels right for you. And then we're going to start from there. We're going to start on the karate chop, and we're going to talk through all the negative things about it first. And there's a very good reason why we do this. It is because we want to acknowledge exactly how we're feeling. We don't want to try and cover it up, try and put whitewash over it. We want to acknowledge what's going on for us, because that is very important. Because in the past we may have buried a lot of stuff, and we don't want to do that with this situation. We want to acknowledge it. Don't worry, we're going to put in some positives afterwards, but this is how EFT starts off. We start with all the so-called negatives, and that helps to shift the energy. So we're going to start the karate chop as I showed you on the previous introductory video about EFT, and we're going to tap here again, not too hard that it hurts you in any way, but strong enough to make an impression. So just begin to tap with me here, and we're just going to say, even though I feel really anxious about this situation,
even though I feel very anxious about this situation,
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Even though I feel really worried about what's going on for me at the moment,
even though I feel very worried about what is going on for me at the moment,
or for someone else in my life,
or for someone else in my life,
I deeply and completely accept all my feelings.
I deeply and completely accept all my feelings.
And I accept myself.
And I accept myself.
Even though right now, this worry feels quite overwhelming.
This worry feels quite overwhelming.
I can't get it out of my mind.
I can't get it out of my mind.
Sometimes it might keep me awake at night.
Sometimes it might keep me awake at night.
And I can feel it in my body.
And I can feel it in my body.
I may feel it in my stomach.
I may feel it in my stomach.
I might feel it in my chest.
I may feel it in my chest.
I might feel it in my head.
I may feel it in my head.
Or I could feel it in any other part of my body.
Or I could feel it in any other part of my body.
I just know I'm anxious.
I just know I'm anxious.
I just know I'm worried.
I just know I'm worried.
Even so, I accept myself anyway.
I accept myself anyway.
Because this is not who I am.
Because this is not who I am.
This is an experience that I'm going through.
This is an experience that I'm going through.
And I'm open to the idea.
And I'm open to the idea.
That I can deal with it.
That I can deal with it.
And then we're going to move on to the top of the head. We're not going to say all that we've said before, because it would take too long, and we don't need to do that. So we just repeat a little bit of it, and we just go to the top of the head and we say, this anxiety,
this anxiety,
this worry,
it's
really getting to me. It's on my mind a lot. We come down to the eyebrow.
It's on my mind.
It's on my mind a lot, yeah. So we're going to go to the side of the eye. It's really worrying me.
It's really worrying me.
Under the eye. I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my body.
I feel it in my stomach.
I feel it in my stomach.
I just feel really uneasy.
I just feel really uneasy.
I try to get it out of my mind.
I try to get it out of my mind.
But it keeps coming back.
But it keeps coming back.
I don't want this worry.
I don't want this worry.
I wish I could relax.
I wish I could relax.
I wish this worry would go away.
I wish this worry would go away.
But it doesn't.
But it doesn't.
It keeps on coming back.
It keeps on coming back.
Every time I think about the situation.
Every time I think about the situation.
It really worries me.
It really worries me.
I can feel it in my whole system.
I can feel it in my whole system.
I feel really nervous.
I feel really nervous.
I feel really anxious and worried.
I feel really anxious and worried.
Then we're going to just take a deep breath. And we're going to blow the air out very strongly. It's important that we do that because we're shifting energy. And when we're shifting energy, we have to clear it. So breathing deeply and then blowing out quite strongly is very powerful. Now what we do now is just measure. Just check in with your body. See if the intensity has gone down at all. Now sometimes it moves very quickly. And it may have gone down just 1 or 2 numbers, or it might have gone right the way down. Just measure it and see. Please don't be concerned if it hasn't gone down too much. It simply means that we've cleared a little bit of it and there's a bit more to clear. And then we can go on to the next part. So we can measure, then we can say to ourselves, well, do I need to tap again? And if we do, we can do a shortened version of what we've just done. So this is where we use the reminder phrase. So we go back to the karate chop and we say, even though I still have this worry,
even though I still have this worry,
even though I still feel anxious,
even though I still feel anxious,
it may have shifted a bit,
it may have shifted a bit,
but I want it to shift even more.
But I want it to shift even more.
And I'm open to the idea that it can.
And I'm open to the idea that it can.
And I accept myself totally.
And I accept myself totally.
And all my feelings.
And all my feelings.
Even though I still have this anxiety.
Even though I still have this anxiety.
Even though I'm still worried about this.
Even though I'm still worried about this.
I accept myself anyway.
I accept myself anyway.
And all my feelings.
And all my feelings.
Even though I still have this anxiety.
Even though I still have this anxiety.
And I'm still worried.
And I'm still worried.
I'm open to the idea.
I'm open to the idea.
That I can start to feel a bit calmer and a bit more relaxed.
That I can feel a bit calmer and relaxed.
Okay, then we're going to go to the top of the head. And all we're going to say is, this anxiety.
This anxiety.
Remaining anxiety.
Remaining anxiety.
Remaining worry.
Remaining worry.
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 Remaining anxiety.
Remaining worry.
Remaining worry.
Remaining worry.
Remaining anxiety.
Remaining anxiety.
I'm going to take another deep breath. And let the breath go. A little tip. It might seem strange, but when we're tapping, especially when we're tapping those first few rounds, it's important that we focus on the problem. Okay? We don't want to move away from the problem. The way that EFT works is to focus on the emotion. So you can focus on the feeling in your body, or you can focus on the situation, or if it's something you're worried for yourself, you just imagine it in your mind, or if it's another person you're worried about, you imagine the other person. That's how EFT works. It may seem very strange that we're focusing on that, on what's wrong, but that's the first part of the process. Now, if the intensity is still above 5 when you've done your measurement, then what I suggest is that you stop the video now and you go round and you tap it through all over again. Those rounds first of all, then the remainder phrase, and you do that until the intensity goes down a little bit more. Now if you've got it to a 5 or below, you can go on to the next part.